Nithyananda, welcome back to another session of Enlightened Parenting, the 7th session this year. So I'd like to welcome the parents and acharyas who are joining me at the Zoom, as well as the Facebook Live. We're also live on Facebook. Whoever is joining us on Facebook Live, a very warm welcome to all of you. Today's topic is a very interesting one. So today's topic is about why an enlightened guru is required in Gurukul. So you may see that in a lot of Gurukul in India, they're actually not living enlightened guru. So does it consider a Gurukul? So we're going to investigate in this topic in a deeper level, okay? So we can ask questions towards the end. So with that, without further ado, let's sit with the back straight and invoke Swamiji. Let's connect with him and invoke him to be present in this space. Nithyanandam paramasukaram kevalam jnanamutim Tvanjvatitam gaganashatrisham tattvamasya rilaksham ekam nityam vimalam achalam savadi sakshibhutam Bhavaditam trigunarahitam satguruntam namami. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Well, today we have a fairly big group at the Zoom. So nice gathering of people, both acharyas and parents. So I promise today it will be a fascinating session. That much I know, because I'm so enthusiastic. So is Swamiji. He's very excited also. He's waiting, he's listening. So let's get into it, okay? So let's enter into the topic itself. So let me just share the document. So let me just repeat again, the topic for today is why an enlightened guru is necessary in a Gurukul. So today I'm going to cover 5 aspects, okay, as you can see at the bottom. First, I'm going to answer the question, why Guru? Then I'm going to answer, what is the meaning of Gurukul, okay, the purpose of Gurukul. So then I'm going to answer, how can a guru add what can a guru add to the children? So when you send your kids to either eGurukul or Gurukul, what role does a guru play in the child's life? You need to understand both as an acharya and as well as a parent, so that you know how to enrich, people. Then the 4th aspect I'm going to cover is why you need to give a child a golden childhood. I will define what is golden childhood as per Swamiji's satsang discourse. Then I will talk about eGurukul and Nithyananda Gurukul. How can you contribute both as an acharya as well as a parent? So these are the 5 topics I'm going to cover in this session. Then after I cover this whole 5 sessions or 5 topics, 5 subtopics, we will enter the Q&A. That means you can ask questions, then we will take live questions, both from the audience in this group, the Zoom group, as well as from the Facebook Live, okay? So looks exciting, the topic? All right, let's get into it. So let's look at, first thing, why Guru? As defined in Guru Gita. As you know, the Guru Gita is a song of the absolute, okay, which is the scriptures given by Paramashiva to Devi Parashakti. He revealed the sacred knowledge of Guru Tattva, the principle of Guru. So I lifted a few of the important verses which was revealed by Paramashiva on the meaning of Guru, okay? So you need to understand how this whole thing was being asked. So Parashakti, Devi, his consort, wanted to know what is the principle of Guru how to merge, in oneness with Guru, with the ultimate. So basically, she asked Paramashiva a question to reveal to her the sacred knowledge of this Guru Tattva. So in the Guru Gita, 4th and 5th verse, okay, basically, Lord Paramashiva, Lord Ishvara answered to her question. He said, "Oh goddess, you are my own, you're by my very self. Out of love for you, I will tell you this. No one has ever asked this question before, which is a boon to all mankind." It means once it's revealed through her, it is going to be benefiting the whole humanity, because the humanity will get to learn about this sacred knowledge about Guru. He said this knowledge is difficult to obtain in the 3 worlds. The 3 worlds he meant, okay, Swagaloka, Bhuloka, and Patala. Okay, so these are the 3 worlds. Basically means heaven, earth, and the underworld. Okay, so he said, listen to it. I will reveal it to you. Brahman, which is the absolute or the ultimate, is nothing other than your Guru. So, oh, beautiful one, this is the truth. This is the truth. He emphasized again, this is the truth. Brahman and Guru, they are one and the same. Okay, so that was the first verse and the first revelation that Paramashiva revealed to Parashakti. Then in the 14th verse of the Guru Gita, he continued to explain the word Guru in the Sanskrit. What is the meaning of this word Guru? Actually, it's composed of 2 sacred syllables. One, Gu. Gu means, which represents the darkness, and Ru means light. So Gu is Maya, illusion, delusion. Ru means destruction of the Maya. So Gu is a state which is beyond the 3 gunas, the Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, the 3 qualities, and Ru is emptiness. So basically, the Guru is the one who gives the experience of darkness melting into light. Means he's the one who dispels darkness and put you into light. So the Maya dissolving into clarity and formation of revealing wisdom. It means dissolving all your doubt, all your illusion, and give you the clarity, the true knowledge, the reality, and so that you gain wisdom. Okay, so that is the role of Guru as defined by Paramashiva. Okay, so and then in verse 39, it says that the entire universe and the Trinity are Guru. Trinity means creation, sustenance, and rejuvenation, right? There is nothing other than Guru. Nothing is more significant. So Guru should be worshipped. He has the power to receive offering and adoration as an incarnation of God. So basically, here he explained Guru is none other than the avatar incarnation of the Brahman, Paramashiva. Okay, so that is verse 39, how Paramashiva revealed about who is Guru. Then in the verse number 3 of the Guru Stotam is actually, this verse is also can be found in the Guru Gita. It says, salutation to the Guru who removes the darkness of ignorance from our blind inner eyes by applying the jnana jana. Basically it's talk about the light of knowledge. Okay, he say by whom our inner eyes are open. Basically the Guru open your inner eyes, the 3 eyes. Salutation to the Guru. So worshipping Guru liberates you from the wrong cognition and ideas you have in your life. He destroys the confusion, the unfulfillment, the frustration in your life, and gives you the clarity about the true purpose of your life. So understand the role of a Guru as defined in Guru Gita and the Guru Stotam. Okay, so that is the definition of why we need Guru, because for liberation we need Guru. For coming out of karmas and all the suffering and all the delusion, we need Guru. So he is one who removes us from darkness. Darkness in this meaning, it means ignorance, when you don't have the right understanding, we fall into darkness. We're suffering from darkness because we make decisions, make foolish mistake when we don't know. We don't have the true knowledge. So a guru is one who gives the true knowledge, the wisdom, so that we can live our life purpose. Okay, so now let me just go into the Guru Tattva, the principle of Guru, as revealed by Swamiji, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashiva, in the Nitya Satsang. He says that what Brahma is the Lord of creation, writes on his right hand, which is the fate. It means whatever he writes is like what he, before you come down, he writes your fate. The Guru wipes it off with his foot. It means he has the power to change your fate. Whatever that is predestined by Brahma, created by Brahma, only a Guru can rewrite the whole thing. So Paramashiva manifests as Guru embodied in the pure Guru Tattva and burns our karma. So understand, Swamiji once said that whatever the Brahmas write, he just wipe it with the his foot. So that is the power of Guru. He can change our fate just by worshipping him and having oneness with him. Okay, he will burn all our karma, which the whole baggage which we accumulated due to our ignorance, the darkness of ignorance. Okay, so basically the next slide is understand. I'm entering now to the second topic, subtopic, which is what is the meaning of Gurukul? Okay, what is the meaning of Gurukul? So the purpose of Gurukul. So now I established the understanding of why Guru. Now let's enter into Gurukul, because Gurukul comes from the word Guru, right? It's a word derived from Guru. So understand that Gurukul means being part of Guru's family. Okay, so Gurukul was the backbone of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. During the Vedic civilization, in the ancient time, Gurukul system of education prevailed in Bharat, in India. Of course, that time it's not just what you see as India, it spanned 56 nations, all the way to Indonesia, to Cambodia, to Pakistan, and all the way down to Sri Lanka. So it was a huge continent where Bharat, those people are living the signs of living enlightenment, following the Sanatana Hindu Dharma. That was a time, okay? So children live with a living master, enlightened master in the home, and learn all the subjects and invite the space of the master, expressing extraordinary powers, shaktis, effortlessly. That was a time. How the transmission was handed over from Guru, enlightened Guru, to the disciple. Not only just knowledge, but the bioenergy and the biomemory was transmitted from Guru to the children in a form of initiation. When they live with the master, they just imbibe his body language. They just imbibe and live like him. Okay, so that is the time when Gurukul, the way how Gurukul was designed. So Gurukul literally means becoming part of the Guru's family. So when you live around him, you're literally living like he's part of his family, okay? So in the ancient time, the Gurukul system of education prevailed, right? So basically, historically, India has always been the country of great knowledge because of the inquisitive learning approach, okay? So basically what it means is that in India, there is this freedom in the Gurukul system where children are encouraged to inquire, to question. You know, they can question anything, anybody, including God, with the right intention to learn as a seeker, to understand. Not question out of disrespect, but question with the intention to learn, to find out the truth. So that is the way how the children of Bharat, they are the children of Saraswati, Devi Saraswati, because of the way how they are constantly discovering, inquiring about the truth. See, in many other civilizations, we don't have this kind of spirit of inquisitive learning, which is very important, because when you have the inquisitive learning attitude, as you start to drill to the bottom, you will hit the truth. You will reach the truth. That's why Swamiji once said that anything you penetrate, without vested interest, just keep inquiring about the truth with that intention to learn and understand, you will reach the truth. That is the way how this whole spirit of Sanatana Hindu Dharma was built on. That whole inquisitive learning attitude and approach, and the system, the learning system, which is the education system through Gurukul, facilitated this whole system of learning and enlightening learning system. Okay. So what Swamiji revealed about the Vedic learning system, he said the very education process in India tradition is awakening you. That means it's not about learning a subject, it's about awakening the child. Okay, it's not about some words, concept, theories, or theologies, which is what we learn when we go to the normal school. But in Gurukul, in the authentic Gurukul system, it's about awakening the being. So the real education, he said, is done from biomemory to biomemory transfer, not from muscle memory to muscle memory. The real education is done from the basic belief of life of the teacher, which is the guru. It means understand the guru's belief and to the basic belief of life to the student. It means transferring the guru, the belief and knowledge to the student, not from action and words of teacher and then action and words to the student. It's about imbibing the whole, belief system as well as the inner space of the guru. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. And you should know that Gurukul, all the great incarnations, such as Lord Rama, Lord Krishna, all the great incarnations in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, they all studied in Gurukul. Remember, Gurukul was the backbone of this whole tradition. So Swamiji revealed that why they need to study in Gurukul. He said that even if you come down, you're born with all the experiences and spiritual power, right? That means you're born as an incarnation. You need to study the Shastra, the scripture, to validate your experience. This is a system that has been created that you need to go to the Gurukul to validate all that you have in terms of your experiences, especially if that incarnation, let's say the person, want to reproduce the experience and powers in others. That means he's not just going to happy with just being a mystic. It means, okay, he has this extraordinary experience and he keep quiet and he just maybe tell a few people. But if you want to reproduce that experience and power in others, it means become a guru to teach others, you need to be in the Gurukul. So when you want to share, Gurukul is needed. When you want to transmit it, Gurukul is needed. So Gurukul is an important factor that makes incarnation complete. Understand? Incarnation can only feel complete if they're able to transmit and share that experiences and the spiritual power to the next generation. Then that is a full, complete avatar. They call it Puna avatar. Puna avatar means complete avatar. So Swamiji said that every being has to spend a little time in experiencing higher consciousness, especially before age 21, before entering into life. See, this is most ideal. That's why in those Vedic tradition, before the age of 21, they spend their time in Gurukul to discover about themselves, to discover about the world, about God. They study all kind of subjects. Basically is to discover the consciousness, the higher consciousness, and then experience it, because by the Guru's initiation, they will have the opportunity to, have spiritual experiences and also spiritual power. So when they have some time they spend in before age of 21, see, after age of 21, they enter into life. If you have a glimpse or you have certain experiences before age of 21, by the time you enter into life, you'll be much more grounded, stable, and you will not be falling into depression, you will not be lost. It's like a foundational work that needs to be done or need to be given to children, every being, before they venture into life. So that's why in the Vedic learning system, they all spend some time in the Gurukul, because by entering the Gurukul, they will have the opportunity to learn from the Guru, who is none other than Paramashiva, the consciousness, the absolute, the ultimate. So even living with a master, or at least studying in the Gurukul, gives that opportunity to be able to experience higher consciousness beyond the human logic, beyond this human being, this human mind. Okay, so that's why in Gurukul, this is the system created by Enlightened Master to give all the children the opportunity to learn about the higher consciousness, experiencing it. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. So the third subtopic is, what can a guru add to children? What is the role of the guru? Let's understand that. See, children in Gurukul are given freedom to explore and invent. Understand? Gurukuls are education-centric, not teacher-centric, which means the student can develop, invent something which his guru doesn't even know. The guru gives them the, basically the basic formulas to awaken the knowledge, initiation, and give them the tools, to explore, how to download, the powers to download, to discover. Then the student is left free to explore on his own. So that is the beauty of Gurukul, this system, because the guru is never going to hold them back by what he knows only, because each being are free to explore. They can discover something what the guru doesn't even know. That is the beauty of this system, which is very powerful, which means what? Everyone can contribute to the expansion of this sacred knowledge, this knowledge bank of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. So Gurukuls are not with the set rules or frame. Let's say, okay, the guru set the curriculum and that's it. You study this day in, day out, and then you finish and that's you graduate. No, Gurukul does not work that way. In the Gurukul, the guru gives the freedom for every Gurukul student to explore, reinvent, or even explore anything that the guru is not even aware of that. So explore the highest possible creativity in a nutshell. So Gurukul is the best place and space for every child to discover, to explore their highest possible creativity, their highest possibility. That's why Swamiji said again and again, every child in the Gurukul is a possibility. Everyone is a possibility. So basically the Guru is the divine guide, the light in the darkness. So Guru just give the guide, but like let's say like a helping hand, but the Guru does not define what the child should do or should not do. He is just a guide, the supporting guide that gives them like a torchlight for the child to walk in the dark forest. He is the lamp which guides the child to explore the whole forest. Understand? That is the beauty of Gurukul. In that way, the child will constantly be inspired in learning. They are not bogged down like our modern Western education. It is just nothing but logic and memorization and vomiting the knowledge. So that kind of learning system dulls the mind and make the child incomplete, because if they are not good at the memory, that means they are not good in remembering all the subjects, they're penalized. They feel low self-esteem. They feel, their lack of confidence to study. They basically kill their learning passion, the passion for learning. Whereas in Gurukul, it doesn't matter. Some people may be good in, body work, let's say archery, yoga. Some kids may be excellent in temple rituals, Sanskrit chanting. Some kids may be excellent in something else like dance. So they give all the being this opportunity to explore the biomemory that each child come with, their prarabdha karma, what each child come down with. It's not like in the modern education. If you cannot follow the curriculum, they push you, they punish you and box you into certain pigeon, say, oh, slow learner, out of the norm. Or this, okay, you're a fast learner, you go to the top 5 school, something like that. In Gurukul, each child's uniqueness is recognized. There's no comparison. Each being is a consciousness, a reflection of Paramashiva, the ultimate. So there is no discrimination. There's no comparison in Gurukul. Every child is unique as a spark of the sun, as a drop of the ocean. Understand? So that is the beauty of Gurukul, having that freedom to explore and invent and discover. I also want that. So next. So now I want to tell a story, okay? Here's a story as told by Swamiji, the role of the Guru. Because sometimes I say so many words, you may not understand, but a story will just hit the nail at its head. Here's a story, okay? Listen very carefully. There is a guy with a computer with many software, and he locked the house for a trip. That means he left the computer at home with all the software, and he left for a trip. So when he returned, unfortunately, he forgot all the software he had downloaded in the computer. And he's trying to do different activities other than the software he has downloaded, okay? So you need to know that he needs to remember those software he has downloaded in the computer. Only then he can do the activities he wants to, right? Because if you forgot that you have PowerPoint, you forgot that you have Excel, you forgot that you have, WhatsApp, then how do you use, right? So he forgot what are the software he had in the computer. So only then, when he is able to remember, then he can download the software he does not have, right? What if he download the same thing again? So which is going to be repetition, that means double work, right? You shouldn't be downloading the same thing. So that was what the scenario, okay? So Swamiji was drawing this analogy about this guy with a computer. He said that, I tell you, your body is like the computer, the hardware. So your long trip, that means you go away and come back, is your death and the rebirth. That means you're taking another body. So the software are your prarabdha, your life purpose, or your prarabdha karma, whatever that you have come down to fulfill in this body. So if you don't know your prarabdha, the reason why you assume the body, you can neither achieve nor plan your further future. If you don't know, because Swamiji once said it, every birth is a continuation where you left off, right? So, but if you're clueless where you left off, then how are you going to build your future in this body? So it's like fixing the puzzle. If you don't know the puzzle, then how are you going to fulfill your prarabdha karma, your life purpose? So you may be trying to do so many things, nothing will work out. Sometimes it may work out as an accident, but you will not have fulfillment. Okay, so this is the thing. So learning to download the software from the internet, learning to upgrade yourself is what is usually done in Gurukul. When you go to Gurukul, the Guru initiate you into the ability, to do all this so that you can continue your journey and fulfill your life purpose in this new body. So when you come back after a long trip, that means after you assume the new body, the first thing your guru does is making you understand your prarabdha. What is your life purpose here? And teaching you the science of downloading through power manifestation. You need to download, right? You need to understand, you need to see why you have come down again in this body. Why do you take another human body? So the new software required to fulfill life, if you want to do something new, let's say you come down with a new life purpose, let's say to revive Gurukul or to revive, the temple science in Sanatana Hindu Dharma. If that is what you have come down with in this body, then you definitely need new software, right? You need the new knowledge, how to do it. Correct? If you don't know, then you will be like groping in the dark. So when the Guru knows why you are here again, he first thing make you manifest the science of downloading, then he will upgrade your software. Like what you had in the past bio memory. Now you're doing something extra. He makes sure that you have new software added to you. And then the next thing is upgrading the old software. You may have some old software that you had. Now you need to upgrade it so that you can use the updated version, right? Not like you're using Windows 1.0, which was, last birth you're using. Now you need to upgrade to Windows, 10 or 13, right? So that you can do what you need to do in this modern time, whatever is needed in this modern time. So then finally, a guru supports you in fulfilling your prarabdha karma, which is your life purpose. So that's why when you have a guru, can you imagine when you live with a guru in the Gurukul, and guru basically give the science of living enlightenment, give the science of how to find your prarabdha karma and upgrade you and make you fulfill your life purpose. That is what Guru adds to the children in Gurukul. Don't you think it's such a great gift? Rather than wasting life and get depressed and get lost in the whole society, and then just wasted that life. Having a guru, because guru is, remember, his consciousness, he is the absolute. He knows where you have been and he will knows where you're going. So he's the bridge for us to understand how we should travel in this body and where we should end up with, right? So that is the best gift a guru can give to the child. Okay, so that explained the role of the guru. Okay, let me just sum up. A guru, okay, makes you remember your prarabdha karma, why you are here. He teach you, he initiate you into the science of downloading, manifesting the power of third eye to know how to download new software. And he gives you the new software if you know to fulfill your life, right? To do what you need to do. Let's say last birth you only know few powers. This birth you have expanded requirement that you want to contribute to planet Earth. So he will give you new software, right, to do the job. And then finally upgrade your old software. Your old software is dated. You need to upgrade your old software. And finally supporting you, being there for you all the time as you fulfill your prarabdha karma. Okay, so having a guru, especially if a child is so young, is the most blessed gift a parent can give to a child. Okay, so let's now go on to the next slide. Basically, it talks about the Shanti mantra of guru-disciple relationship. See, the whole Sanatana Hindu Dharma is based on this Guru Shesha Parampara, which is the Guru-disciple relationship. So Gurukul is an enlightenment-based education. Because it is enlightenment-based, it's a relationship between the disciple and the Guru. The Shanti Mantra, the peace chant, it's so beautiful. If you read it, when I think it was explained to Swamiji also by Swamiji in one of the satsang. Actually, I learned about this Shanti Mantra when I was attending my yoga teachers training. At the time, I attended through the Vivekananda, which is the of the university. So I'm going to chant this Shanti Mantra, and you understand the basis of how this Guru-disciple relationship is built on. So it says, Om Sahana Nama Om Sahana Babatu Sahana Munatu Sahambarian Kaliva Vahe Tejasvi Namadi Tamastu Ma Vivisha Vahe Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. So the translation goes, Om, may we both, the Guru and disciple, together be protected. May we both be nourished and enriched with knowledge. May we both work with great strength, energy, and enthusiasm. May our study and learning together illumine us both with a sharp, absolute light of higher intelligence. So be it. May we both not have enmity or incompletion with each other. Om, let there be peace in my inner space. Let there be peace in the nature. Let there be peace in the being. Because always we chant the Om Shanti 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 3 times, right? So the 3 times is peace in the inner space, in the nature, and our being. It is a beautiful Shanti mantra, which form the basis of this learning, this whole enlightenment-based education, which is passed on from Guru, disciple, and it has been going on for thousands of years. Thousands of years, this was being transmitted. And this is the basic understanding of the Shanti mantra that we all chant before we enter into, this Guru-disciple relationship, okay? So, which is so beautiful. So if you understand the Guru's role, the Guru is not here to give only instruction. The Guru is here to, not only enrich. It says learning together, nourish and enrich together with knowledge. Isn't it so beautiful? See, the Guru it's like the being that you can share. There's no higher lower, just that the Guru is the one that is going to enrich you. So all of you will be protected. And based on that space where both work together with great strength, energy, and enthusiasm, okay? So that the study and learning together illumine both the Guru and the disciple, so that the higher intelligence can flower. And the last one is very important. No incompletion enmity with each other. One of the, unfortunate things that can happen quite often is the disciple having incompletion or creating enmity towards the Guru, because what the Guru needs to do for the disciple, when they don't have the right understanding, they create incompletion, they create anger, enmity towards the Guru, when they don't have the understanding why Guru does what he is doing to you, okay? So this Shanti mantra is to establish that space of the right understanding, okay? So now let's get into the 4th subtopic, okay? So Swamiji talk about what is a golden childhood. You need to understand, by giving your child Gurukul or eGurukul, you're giving a child the golden childhood. So he said, golden childhood is a mature being in a child's body. When a mature being lives in a child body, that is a golden childhood. He or she will be as innocent as kids, as enlightened as more than any adult. So that is what Swamiji said. That's why when he was young, he was given this golden childhood. Remember, see how Swamiji he lived. He lives with such a, he may have a child body, but he's so mature. his knowledge, he was able to take the responsibility even at a young age. That means teaching and imparting the knowledge. So when a child had the maturity as a mature being, live in the child body, that is golden childhood. Okay, so he said a childhood becomes a golden childhood when it is full of powerful moments, no powerless moment, no powerlessness in any moment in life. Unfortunately, the children today we see live mostly with fear, greed, stress, without maturity to handle their lives. They fall into incompletion, they fall into delusion, and they suffer. So it's very rare a child live with a golden childhood. Okay? When you are able to give that to your child by the grace of the Guru, the child will experience the golden childhood, because the Guru's initiation brings a lot of wisdom, maturity, intelligence to the child, so that the child will be stable and the child will be guided by the Guru internally. So an important expression of a golden child is about having the maturity to take responsibility for others, even though they are still in a child's body. That is the scale of a golden childhood. Okay? It means is mature enough to take responsibility for others, not just adults and kids, or even animals, even though they're still a child. This means a mature being in a child body, living a joyful childhood. That is the best life for a child. When the child is not living with confusion, stress, comparison, jealousy, all the human emotions, and constantly taking responsibility to contribute in others' life, enriching others' life, causing others' reality, the child live the best life. A child, live the golden childhood. Okay? So as parent, that is best gift you can give. In fact, when I look back, what I given Kai is precisely that, giving him the ability to connect with the Guru, so that the Guru guides him directly. And he will have that ability to download. He will have the ability to have the higher intelligence to decide what he needs to do, which means I don't have to worry about him that much. And not only that, I know he's guided by Swamiji directly in his inner space, or even by Parashakti, Devi. So, and whatever he does, you will see that the level of maturity is beyond the normal teenager of his age. He has that ability to handle himself. So I think that's what I feel that the best gift any parent can give to a child. So now let's get to the last subtopic before we branch into the Q&A. So Gurukul, eGurukul, which we have started in Singapore, paves the way for Nithyananda Gurukul, the physical Gurukul. So the best gift you can give to a child now is eGurukul, which is what Swamiji said a couple of weeks ago, right? At this time, eGurukul is the best platform for children to get initiated by a living avatar into the science of living enlightenment, the science of downloading, the science of higher consciousness. They start experiencing the state, the space, and all the powers and the super consciousness of a living avatar. And when they're in oneness with Swamiji, they start mirroring his neurons, the brain of Swamiji. And eventually they become him. They become another incarnation. So basically what it means is Swamiji has multiplied himself in more bodies, especially for children, because they don't have a lot of baggage like the adult. They're very straight, they're innocent. It's very easy for them to connect with Swamiji. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Before we can even manifest the physical Gurukul, which require a lot of support as a community, whereas parents, the acharyas, the children, and many different levels of support. What we can do now is to start with the eGurukul so that the community gathers and builds from strength to strength. Learn the knowledge of building a Vedic learning system, learn the science of imparting this knowledge to the kids. Rather than wait for eGurukul the physical Gurukul to happen, it will not happen out of nowhere. It happens when you take steps to build it, okay? So I let all of you, whether you're acharya, whether you're a parent, or you're just a spectator who are interested in this powerful Vedic learning system, you can contribute to the revival of this powerful learning system, which has been destroyed by the British many, many hundred years ago. Okay? Now, Swamiji is eagerly reviving this Vedic learning system because the children, they are going to be the future for Sanatana Hindu Dharma. They are going to be the one who is going to create, manifest, and build a new future, a new consciousness on planet Earth. So becoming active in this revival by volunteering, by offering your time, treasure, and also your talent, time, treasure, talent, whichever you feel comfortable in volunteering, in offering. So the very Gurukul education process is awakening the possibility in the new generation of dynamic leaders, innovators, and creators because of the way how the Gurukul gives the empowerment to all the kids, children, to explore, to think out of the box, to become an inventor, a creator, become powerful leaders. Naturally, they are going to be the one leading the next, generation, the future. That's why Gurukul is a spiritual incubator for enlightened beings and incarnations. They are the new species with the Nithyananda DNA, with Swamiji's DNA. So the more children and more youth that we are able to recruit into the Gurukul, they become the new species, the new superhuman for the future. Before a full-fledged physical Gurukul can manifest, can happen, eGurukul is a strategic platform for the seed to be planted. We're planting the seed now. How it unfolds, it's our responsibility to grow that seed, to let it sprout into a tree, a huge banyan tree. So, but if we don't put in the effort, whether it's giving the energy, the water, the fertilizer, to let the seed sprout, it will just die. So, and we can't afford it. Swamiji already said it. We have to keep Hinduism alive on planet Earth so that humanity can survive. So that is my last slide, and I'm just going to open now for the Q&A session. You can send in your questions into the chat or into the Facebook comment section. So I stop the sharing now. So I hope you have a better understanding of why Guru is needed in Gurukul. Have I answered the question? Give me a thumbs up. You're most welcome. So I give you a couple of minutes to type your question as you digest what I've shared in the slides. And on the data, I can ask the Chinese parents at the other side if they have any questions for me. I have to go to the Facebook also to see if there are any questions from the live audience there. So just give me a few minutes to go and check out. Okay, so far there's no question yet. Okay, one question is coming from French community. Please ask. Okay, here's a question. I read it out. How to give hope to parents who are what? Bringing Swamiji a teenage. I don't understand the question. Who are what? Swamiji.
Who are bringing Swamiji at a teenage.
At the teenage.
Yes.
Okay, so.
Which means late, which means they only discover Swamiji and the kids are already teen, so they have been.
Okay, I got to understand now. So basically the question goes is that how to give hope to parents when the kids are already not young kids, maybe it's teenager, right? Am I correct? Okay, so beautiful question. Actually, this question is asked on behalf of many, many parents who are struggling. See, when a child enters into teenage, it means what? The mind is very, very much formed, the ego, everything. And so it's not as innocent as a young kid who very much in the pure space, especially if they are, in the traditional Gurukul, the child enter into Gurukul at the age of 7 and above, right? That means 7 or 8, the parents will surrender their child to the Guru and say, okay, now, I've taken care of him for 7 years now. You're his parent, you're his father, mother. Now I'm surrendering my child to you. Please enlighten him. Okay, so that was the tradition. When the child lives in the Gurukul, the Guru becomes the father, the mother, the friend, the teacher, the God, everything rolled in one. Okay, so even when the parents cannot interfere the decisions that the Guru make for the child, when they send the child to the Gurukul, the parents cannot interfere because you're surrendered to Guru. So Guru will take care from age 7 to 21 till he becomes mature. Till he becomes mature, then the child will finish his education. By then, the child would have already been enlightened, honestly. Okay, so that the child will know what is Parata Karma, why is he here for? Is his path to live a householder like a grihasta, that means get married and give kids and train the kids to be part of this, contributing to the whole system of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, or go and become sannyas and keep this whole science of living enlightenment alive on planet Earth. So these two paths, by the time the child reached 21-year-old, he will know one way or the other, sannyas or grihasta. It means contributing to the, the generation, future generation for this science to be kept alive. Okay, so now, so basically the parent asks, if the kids are already old, okay, teenager, how to give hope to the parents, right? See, one thing that I learned from Swamiji is that even though the child is a teenager, of course, the task is harder when they are younger. That means comparatively, if the child is able to meet Swamiji at a younger age, you have an easier life to connect the child to Swamiji. But when the child only knows Swamiji when he's already a teenager, when he has his own mindset, his own likes and dislikes, and he's influenced by his peers at the society, the school. So obviously that is going to pose a barrier, correct? But the parents need to know one thing. No matter if they are still a teenager, they still have this thing called the space of a child. That space of the child is that space to connect with Swamiji. which means you need to constantly connect with the teenager's space of the child, because only through the space of the child you can relate and talk at a being level, not as a parent talking down to the kids. Hey, you listen to me, I'm your father, I'm your mother, you listen to me, you don't know what you're doing. No, when you have the space of the child, you come down to the level of the space of the child. You'll be listening, you'll be providing solution. When you're listening, they will naturally listen also. When you're not listening, they shut down. So learn to get into the space of a child. Even though they are in a teenage body, they still have the space of the child. That's the only fertile ground for communication to happen. So that is one thing. And also, if you're able to give factual understanding, you see, at that time, the logic already kicked in. So they want facts, okay? They want, you know, to be able to make decision themselves. You don't tell them what to do. You give them the facts, let them decide for themselves. That is the only way, okay? So you give them the facts, how Swamiji is helping them, you know, whether it's meditation, the teaching, all that. And then they explore and then they feel that, oh, that really helps me, you know, like after I do this, something is happening. If I do the completion, you know, I feel much more lighter, whatever maybe. Give them the facts and guide them to experience. Once they experience, they will want to come back for more. But don't talk down at them. Don't think that you know more than them. Don't think that you try to force them. Don't do any of these things. These are all just, you know, not able to relate with your child, okay? So these will be the two solution I give, okay? Come back to the space of the child and give them facts so that they can decide for themselves. You can't force them because they're already old enough to decide. They have the mind of their own at that age. You can only encourage, inspire. Inspiration is the only way, just like what Swamiji told me. You know, with Kai, just inspire him and support him. That's what I'm doing. He wants to do this, okay, let me just support him. He want to learn cooking, I send him up for the cooking course. And he want to do, you know, train his body, okay, let him do. So whatever he wants to do, which is, I know is going to help him in one way or another, whether it's build a yogic body, whether it's deepen his interest in culinary art, that means cooking and all that. I support him. Sometimes he may hit some problem, but I need to provide listening space or help him to come out of it and guide him. So that's what I do as a parent. He's 18 now. So same way for parents. I mean, of course, Kai knows Swamiji when he was very young. He met Swamiji. He already knows Swamiji when he was 3. He met Swamiji at 6. So of course, I have a head start because I knew the importance of connecting him to Swamiji. So, I mean, that was my, you know, the work that I've done, which has helped me a lot tremendously. Okay, so now the next question for Ma Lalau, kids from the West for whom the ideas of Guru and Hinduism are foreign. Yes. How can they connect to Guru? How parents' responsibility can inspire them? Okay, here are 2 questions. Okay, first, let me answer the first part, then I'll go to the second question. Okay, so the first question is talking about parents from not from the Indian culture, right? They're not born in part of Hinduism. So they're new to Hinduism and the whole concept of Guru and all that. No doubt. I myself also. I'm from Chinese background. I didn't look for Guru. He came to me. He found me. But I guess the main thing is the parent needs to be seeking, wanting to seek the ultimate knowledge, the ultimate reality, not as some kind of quick fix. Let me just want to take the easy way out. Okay, I just want this problem to go away. Let me just quickly, send him to Gurukul so that I can have my time off by myself. I can do my spa and my nail pedicure and, and all that. No, it is not like that. You get involved. You have to understand why you're doing this. You need to also be a seeker, knowing that, you have to also enlighten yourself so that you can also infuse that spirit of seeking, the space of seeking to your children. Understand? So that is very important. I think the seeking, which is in every being, needs to be awakened. Once the seeking is awakened, even though you're from some Africa, or you're from some China, or parents, or you're from some Indonesians or Australian, it doesn't matter, because Hinduism is not about your skin color. It is not about what kind of cultural background you come from. It's a way of living. It is a way of existing in an enlightened way, in a fulfilled way. So if you're seeking for, a fulfillment in your existence, living in a higher reality, living consciously, then you will embrace Guru and Hinduism. That is my personal experience as well. I was not even looking for Guru. I don't even know what is Guru. And I was seeking because I had problem in my life. I had health problem. I had kids problem because I do not know how to handle Kai. I don't know how to be a good mother for him. I want to be a good mother. I want to give him the best. I feel responsible for bringing him to planet Earth, but I do not know how to do that. So that's why it led me to find Guru, find a solution for me to connect with him so that I can help him spiritually. So that impetus, that motivation in me lead me to Guru, lead me to Hinduism. If you can help the parents to find that burning, underlying problem, the seeking aspect will be, unfolded. He will unfold the seeking aspect, because all problem on planet Earth can be solved by Sanatana Hindu Dharma. This is a science that gives solution for every single thing. There's no problem that cannot be solved by Hinduism. Understand that. So whatever the problem that parents are facing, you will have the solution for them. Connect them to that. It means understand their problem, provide listening to their problem, and they will be able to connect with Guru and Hinduism in a very natural way. Okay, so I hope I answered that question. Now, the second question is how parents responsibly can inspire the kids, right? Inspire them. Okay. I tell you honestly, the children only see your body language. They don't hear your verbal language. You can nag, you can say whatever you want. It never gets inside. They see what you're doing. Ah, you say this thing, but you do something, totally not aligned to what you're telling me. Means what? Inauthenticity. They shut down. So the parents need to lead by example. When you lead by example, living a conscious life, the children will naturally be inspired. The children will naturally want to raise themselves to the next level. They also want to follow you because they're inspired by you. So the parents need to lead by example. You cannot say, oh, I send you to Gurukul, you go and learn from Swamiji, but outside I just do all kinds of stupid things. I eat non-veg, I try to, be a very, very violent person. I'm very mean. I just go and do all kinds of evil things in the outer world. You cannot do that, right? If you want your child to flower into enlightened being, incarnation, and you're doing all kinds of stupid things outside, what would child think of you? They will see you, whether how much you have integrated yourself, how much you become authentic, that inspire them. See, Swamiji say again and again, you cannot teach integrity. You have to inspire them. You have to lead by example. Only then they will, they will be exposed to their own inauthenticity. When they are exposed to their inauthenticity, then they will come and align back to authenticity. They see your authenticity and exposed their inauthenticity, then they will raise themselves to the next level of authenticity. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. Malala? Yes? All right, let me go on to the next question. Practically, what does it mean exactly? Connect with the space of the child with a teen. Okay. If you have an opportunity, you go and watch Ma Avai's past video. I think I also had some past video. I'm not sure whether it was uploaded in the Enlightened, in the Chinese eGurukul where Shankari was maintaining. Do you have still an old video where I did an Enlightened Parenting on space of the child? Okay, in that Enlightened Parenting session, I talk about the space of the child. Okay, see, the space of the child is a pure space where the child is connected to the source in pure awareness. Okay, see, when the child is first 7 years of the age, they don't really have a mind yet. They are still very much in the pure awareness space. And that is the space where they are able to connect with the source, and see things, download things, experience higher dimension easily. They're in that space of the child. So even the teenager may have left the space of the child because of education, because of incompletion, because of education, given by them or society, whatever it may be. You can again guide them back to the space of the child. The parent can do that, but they need to learn. First thing is how to come down to the level, not bring the child out of their space to the adult space. The adult space is always filled with fear and greed. Go to the child space. The child space is the space where they are in awareness and listening. So you need to provide the listening. Okay? So when I provide listening, I see they are willing to cooperate. I mean, I'm talking my experience with Kai. Let's say sometimes you get angry. When I provide listening, then, we'll be able to have a being to being conversation, not mother and child conversation, being to being. Okay, a being to being conversation, and become complete with each other and find what is the best to resolve the situation. Okay. How do you like to say more about the kids also embodying the Guru's energy through initiation, which would be of pretty high energy, making them manifest power and living enlightenment? How would this be different to a usual education in school and university? So, okay, Stephanie is asking me to speak more about children who are embodying Guru's energy, who are initiated, right? Swamiji's kid, and who manifest power and live the signs of, Sanatana Hindu Dharma. How is it different from kids outside, right? That's your question. Am I right, Stephanie? Okay. All right, I'll answer that question now. First of all, kids who are initiated by Swamiji and kids who are not initiated, they are of different species. They are different breed altogether. If you have not seen them, you come and see some of the kids, then you will understand. You see how George behaving versus ordinary kids who are at this age 6 years old. He can connect with divine. He can draw just by his visualization and just effortlessly start creating, start drawing, start manifesting. So they have so much confidence, they have so much of awareness, and there's no inhibition. They are just pure energy with innocence, with inquisitiveness, with the spirit of just a child, beautiful space of a child. So I can see that kids who are initiated by Swamiji retain the innocence much better. Not only innocence, but they have the enormous creativity in them. And if they are manifesting powers, they have enormous powers. They manifest power like anything, left, right, center. Some of the powers that Kai is manifesting, I can't even, say, it's like beyond my imagination, because they come from his past birth biomemory. Understand, when the Guru initiate, he not only open up what he had this birth, he also opened up all the past birth powers that he had. So sometimes all these powers are like, I don't even know where this come from. Swamiji never initiate us in the program, but how come he got this power? It is from his past birth. Understand? So first thing you need to understand, they are of a different species altogether. They are here to create a bright future, a different world from what we're living, from ordinary human life. So they will not fall into the normal track of the society. The society have very little hold in them because they're very clear what they want. One thing they will know is they have clarity what they want in life. They definitely know what they don't want at a very young age, but they will start to discover what they want. Because like many things in a lot of kids in the outer world, they get influenced by media, get influenced by parents, get influenced by their peers, get influenced by school, any kind of institution. They get influenced easily because they don't know what they want. Whereas for Swamiji's kids, they at least know what they don't want, and they are also for some of them, they already know what they want. So it's very easy to align their life and their energy, time and effort. They don't waste time. They don't go to the wrong, they don't go astray, go to the wrong path and get themselves in big trouble. You don't see them falling into what I call it? The mess, like addiction, getting into the crime, getting into all kinds of self-destructive path. You see that they will not destroy themselves. They will naturally be enriching. They will naturally want to raise themselves. That is one of the main difference in the kids who are initiated by Swamiji. Naturally, the intelligence they have is that they will not fall into the darkness of not only taking life for granted or destroying life. That's one thing I've seen again and again. Kids initiated by Swamiji, they don't fall into this self-destructive habits or pattern. Okay? So naturally, they will not be like ordinary kids. See a lot of ordinary kids out there. They may be topper in some best university, Stanford, Harvard. But once they come out, if they are not stable inside, they don't know how to handle themselves inside, they will still be a burden in the society. They will still fall into depression. They will still fall into, greed, crime, all kinds of things, right? But for Swamiji's kids who are initiated, they will know what is best. They will be able to live the Dharma. That's what I'm seeing again and again. So that is the main difference. I hope I answer your question, Ma Stephanie. Yes? Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay, from one Chinese parent, Anadyata, sorry. She said that she had brought her kids to attend eGurukul several weeks. for several weeks now, but her kids didn't enjoy power manifestation. The mother wants to know how to motivate the kids. First thing, the kids is not enjoying is because they feel pressured to manifest. The ego is coming into the, see, when I first started teaching some of the kids in Singapore last year, many of the kids want to run away, the new kids. When I ask them to manifest power, they want to run away. They try to give me excuse like they don't want to do. You know why? Because they carry this low self-esteem, they can't do it. They're afraid that they will not be able to manifest. It's just like how in school, right? If you cannot do your work, they will feel lousy. They feel that they fall into this low self-worth about them. So they don't want to be shown that they cannot manifest, which adds pressure to them. Then I had a session with those kids. I told them, please understand, you're not the one manifesting. Swamiji is manifesting through you. He's the one manifesting through you. The power is not from you, from him only. So whether you manifest or not, it's dependent, you're feeling connection with him. Whether you're able to connect with him, that matters. It is not you manifesting. Drop that idea. So when they cognize that, then they work on the feeling connection with Swamiji. When the feeling connection happens, they start seeing the third eye. They start seeing Swamiji. They start seeing how Swamiji tell them the answer. All that starts happening. Okay? So it's not that they don't enjoy. They haven't connected with Swamiji because they're carrying this ego or the idea that what if they cannot manifest? They have this fear that they can't manifest. Okay? Now, bring completion to that fear and wrong ideas and give the right understanding. Then they start manifesting. Try to bring them to kids who are manifesting. When kids are manifesting, they will entangle with each other. They start manifesting. It's like a virus, no? All manifestation virus. They all put together, one whole group, ting, 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 all the light bulbs start lighting up, all start manifesting. Okay? So don't worry about they can't manifest, they don't enjoy. Give them the right context and then motivate them. Okay, I hope I answered that question on data. Okay, so there's another question. I wait for her to finish translating. So Anandata, the parents got the answer?
Yes, she said she got it. Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay, so you have another question from another parent. Kids love playing different mobile games, apps. Oh God, this is the age-old problem of the modern kids. Easy to get addicted. Once the kids start playing, she cannot stop. Yes, that is the challenge living in Kali Yuga, the age of darkness, okay? Internet, all these games. Even though they don't know that all this will get them addicted, the kids are not aware. So when the parent try to stop the kid, then the kid will go to the classmate home and continue playing how to handle. You see, you cannot stop them. This is the lifestyle now. You have to give them the understanding what is doing to them, what damage or this addiction is doing to them. Bring consciousness, awareness to the damage. Only with awareness, they can break the addiction. First thing. Second, tell them that all this, see, there was a time, I want to share also, there was a time my son, Kai, was also addicted to some games. The good thing is he doesn't play violent game. He play all this like, you know, my challenging game like that. Try to have certain strategy or building something, you know, all that I'm okay because it's triggering his creativity. It means making him intelligent, make him create. I don't have problem with that, okay? But it is only those games, you need to understand what are the games the kids are playing. Is it kind of like stupid games that make them depressed or make them, what kind of value are the games trying to impart to them? Some games make them become vain. They just want to look good. They just want to become luxurious. Some games make the kid violent, fight, kill, right? So what games are they playing? You need to interfere, you need to find out. Okay, first thing. Then bring understanding to what this addiction is doing to their consciousness. Bring awareness to that. See, if their friends are all playing, and if he doesn't play or she doesn't play, they will feel left out. Remember, at certain age, the friends are very important. If they're teenagers, friends are very important, right? They play with friends. It's just like how in the past, when we go to the playground and play with friends. Right now, the playground is digital also, digital playground, correct? So you cannot stop them from playing, but you need to understand what is the right game for them to play. That much you need to guide them. Because Swamiji say again, as a parent, you should guide them because they don't know all the danger in the society. You as a parent, you know better, but your method to guide them needs to be correct. Not used by force, snatch their phone away, hide their things. They will find more creative way to get it. What's the point? I mean, I read in some places in Korea or in US, when the parent tried to take away the PlayStation, the game, the child just killed the parent. Take a gun and blast the whole father away, or it happened in the West. Because when they are addicted, they are out of awareness. The whole addiction will make them very, very agitated, angry. See, one of the things that this digital gaming create in the child is that lack of awareness and agitation. Very much agitated easily. Short attention span, agitation, irritability, get irritated very fast. This is the side effect of this addiction to the games and immersing themselves in the digital world. They get too stuck in the digital world that they are not aware. They don't have the boundary of what is digital and what is reality. Everything becomes blurred. When everything becomes blurred, they just behave like their whims and fancy, how they feel. They just burst into anger and become violent and do all kinds of stupid things, self-destructive things. So that can happen. So I would highly recommend also try to get the kids to start doing something for the body, like yoga, meditation. That will create the space for him to become aware. And of course, bring a lot of completion and also, the higher truth. Because that will only give them the awareness to see their life, to be able to distance themselves from the reactive mind. The reactive mind is what that causes a lot of damage because they are just reacting to anything, compulsive reactionary actions. They just blast out, they just take anything into violence or, they don't know because they're behaving just from a reaction. But that awareness, through, yoga, calming them down, they will have the awareness to see themselves from a gap from the mind and the being. Okay, so try to bring the kids to do. That's why in the yoga, even in Nithyananda yoga, after the yoga, I always make them sit with Swamiji so that they become in the space of restful awareness. That silence within a few seconds can do so much good to them. You have no idea. It's like disconnecting them from the mind for a few seconds. And that brings tremendous awareness. Okay, so I hope I answered that question, Anadiata. How to handle the kids with the addiction to the game. Okay. Okay, great. So I go on to Janamai's question. 我的孩子可以控制自己，我为他是可以观看，可以学知识，比如 yes, yeah. So she was just sharing that her daughter is able to control you know, the time she spent in the computer or mobile, and she also involved herself by choosing the right kind of application, like, you know, science related, you know, about nature, all kinds of topic that help her to understand more about nature. So she's able to control, you know, and also respect. Okay, and it means able to control herself and also be able to stay there. It means, and 但是他们都是看了暴力的，或者是纯粹是无聊的。Okay, see, so Yana Mari said when she's with her child, she's able to influence the child what she play in the mobile. But when she's with the friend play all kinds of stuff, including violent stuff. Okay, so when she's not with them, she feel that she's not able to. She feel that other kids are influencing her daughter. Okay, so and she feel you know, she feel that she also get influenced because when they're playing together as a group, as a friend, she naturally will be joining them and also start playing the kind of game that the friends are playing. Correct? Okay. So what I suggest to you is help her understand. See, you need to first find out what kind of things they're playing. Even though you're not there, so you find out first. Then you evaluate. Then you try to talk to her, help her to understand why this game is not good for her. Okay? So that she have the understanding to decide. You cannot stop her from going to her friend, right? Because it's like, it's her part of her social circle. You cannot say, oh, because your friend is playing this game, I don't want you to go to her friends anymore. Chop off from their friend. No, she'll be very upset. But help her to understand so that she can also have the intelligence to help the friend. She can go and tell her friend, hey, my mom said this is not good game, I don't play, you know, let's not play this game. Let's play something game which I learned, which is quite fun. Something like that. Okay? Yeah. You see, at the young age, try to make them physically active. Not sitting on the couch and play games or in front of a computer. Restrict that time, make their body active first, whether it's through yoga, through some physical game, anything that train the body. So I'm just say that when the body, if they have a strong muscle memory, that means they develop their body, it is very easy for him to give enlightenment. Understand? Enlightenment is easy if you're body-based. Enlightenment is difficult if you're mind-based. If you're always thinking, cunning, you know, it is very difficult because your mind will trick you and make you run away from Guru. Where if you are body-based, the body is intelligent. The body will guide you. So through the body, the minds get, you know, managed. Because the body and mind are two sides of the same coin. So if you start working on the body, a healthy body, naturally they will be able to take responsibility for their body, to maintain the body, and they will also take responsibility to maintain their mind and space. So start with the body, teach them to maintain the body. Okay? So I think I answered all the questions on the chat. Any other question? Let me just check if there's any other question from the, no, okay. I'm surprised at Facebook. There's no question. So, okay, maybe it's good. We have a lot of questions already from here. Okay, so any other question from other people? Otherwise, I think it's time to wrap up. Yes, ma'am. I hope this session has been enlightening for all of you. Do you all enjoy? Whether you are parents, whether you are acharya, understand the importance of the role of the guru, not only in our life, but also in the kids' life. It is the best gift. Oh, you have a powerful click. You want to share, Ma? Margot, you want to share?
Nithyananda.
Yes, Nithyananda.
Yes. It was about the kids enjoy or not enjoy the power manifestation. And when you told us it's about, just it's not I manifest, it's Swamiji manifest. I think it's for kids, but for me also. So I feel so powerful, and okay, they click for my kids and my oneself. So to enjoy power manifestation and not to run away.
Yes. See, a lot of people, I tell you, a lot of majority of people, after initiation, after they attend inner awakening, they feel that they can't manifest. And they feel that this science did not work for them. They think that they are the one who has the problem. They can see people manifest, but how come they're not manifesting? And then they feel guilty and they feel shy and they want to run away. Do you know that? A lot. Because the context of power manifestation is completely wrong. They're judging from the mind. The mind, how the mind, if you can't perform, you want to run away, you want to hide because you don't tell the whole world you can't manifest, right? So, but the power manifestation is one beautiful thing is it's about your connection with the Guru. He's manifesting through you. Once you have that right understanding, then you work on that connection of oneness. Work on that. And if he still don't manifest, then you tell Swamiji, you're the problem. Can you please make me manifest? You're the one responsible whether I manifest or not. Come here, please make me manifest. Yeah, then you feel okay. You don't feel stressed that I'm not manifesting. What's wrong with me? Something wrong with me. You're not the one having wrong. He's the one deciding whether he'll manifest to you or not. So then ask Swamiji, go and harass him. Make me manifest, Swamiji. What am I missing? Then you work on the feeling connection more and more. Then you will have the ability to manifest as well. He will simply manifest to you. Any other questions?
Yes, but just sharing something in yoga school. Sometimes I have a young child. They are agitated, and they don't listen. Any instruction.
How old are they?
In a yoga school, yoga session with kids.
How old? What age?
What age? Maybe 10, 12. Okay. And they don't listen. In the class, maybe one, two, they do what they want. And finally, I look for and see that with the director of the school, that these kids had some problems, conflict in the family.
Okay.
A conflict in the family, and is the reason why I talk about that. That in the session you speak about awakening the seeking of the parents, and I think that is important.
Yes, for sure. The parent cannot remain unconscious. Okay, if you want the child to be conscious, you also have to raise yourself. Now, okay, so work on bringing completion to the child, because see, when the child is not interested, that means they may have a deep-rooted issue with the immediate family. Understand? The relationship with the parent is no good. Okay, so see, every child, if they are in their natural space, they will be curious, they'll be learning. They'll be a learner. Understand? So if they are not interested in learning, it means what? Something is stuck inside them. They are not able to see the possibility of yoga for them. So of course, the teachers needs to guide them to play so that they find it interesting and they're willing to try. So that is, the skill set of a teacher. But it is also important to work on the child's where they are having incompletion, in learning or in the subject of yoga, whatever may be, that stop them from participating. Okay. So
that's what I do.
Yeah, work on that. Okay. So they may be carrying some wrong ideas about yoga. Okay. So then help them to bring the right understanding, inspire them. Or they feel that, they're bothered with that means their sadness or their powerlessness is stopping them from participating. Then you should also try to bring that to completion. If what is holding them back.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that you can try to find out, talk to the child, pull him one side and ask him, why are you not participating? Why are you not interested? Why you have, what is bothering you? So try to dig and ask questions so that the child can open up to you. Then you find a solution to help them. If it's involved parents, then you need to bring completion to the child and the parents. Okay?
Yes, it's what I have begun to do because I see there is a problem.
Yes.
Okay.
See, sometimes when you, as acharya, we not only have to complete the kid, we have to complete the parent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? You have to do both.
Yes, of course.
Otherwise, you can't shift the child, because if the child is complete and then the parent is doing the same thing again, the child will feel frustrated. Yes. Okay, so one more parents from Anandjata say her kids want to eat meat. How should we respond? See, first of all, you cannot force them not to eat meat. Never force, because any force will lead to perversion. That means what? They'll secretly eat behind your back, or they'll just eat in large quantity. After not eating for a while, then you just binge on meat, right? Anything that is suppressed, suffocated, will explode in perversion. You don't want them to become a perverted meat eater, right? So, like I said earlier, bring the right understanding between why vegetarianism, why eating meat damage their possibility, their consciousness, and their health. First, bring the factual understanding of meat eating versus vegetarianism. Then let the child decide. If you're not able to cook nice food, vegetarian food, go and learn so that they like to eat vegetarian food. That's what I did. I cook very nice vegetarian food. You become vegetarian. You don't eat, you don't just, be a lousy cook. And then he was like, I don't want to eat this, you cook horribly. So they run away, So you need to inspire them also with their palate. Make sure that the taste bud is good. This is a parenting session on that subject. Yes, please share this session. Yeah, I talk about that in the last session, so they can watch the last session one. He became even to cook himself. Exactly. His mission is to share his creativity in vegetarian food, because people think that vegetarian food are boring, dull. He said no, there's so many things you can explore. So he uses his creativity and show that, hey, look, even his vegetarian is very tasty, it's creative, it looks so good, it's like as good as non-veg. So basically, by the way, he's going to come out his first e-cookbook, I think end of this year or maybe early next year, it depends, but he's now writing on his e-cookbook, 50 recipe he's working on. So he said this will be his gift to the world. so that more people can enjoy vegetarian food. So maybe one day we should ask him to cook, do a cooking class for children so that they can inspire the kid also. Yeah, I wait for him to finish his cookbook. Then I will already organize some cooking class for the kids. You all can join online, and he will show how to cook this and cook that. Okay. He will share lots of recipe, his favorite, and some recipe I also contributed because it's like his favorite childhood food. His favorite childhood food, and he said, I want to put it in my e-cookbook because this food that he enjoyed. I said, okay, I'll write the recipe for him. So that in itself can be, can be part of it. How to use different, what will be interesting, like herbs. Yeah. See, the Ayurvedic herbs is something that he will have to discover. See, I need to find him a teacher who can teach him this Ayurvedic herbs. Okay. See, in the past birth, he was doing that, but there will come a time where he'll be able to download much more. Okay. So right now, he's first starting with vegetarian food. So whether he was going to make food into medicine, maybe in the future book, he will have that as part of the evolution of his knowledge about vegetarian food. Making it food into a science as living enlightenment, a healthy body, which is freeing them from all kinds of diseases. So I think that's all I have to share today. I thank you all for joining. I think Ma Jarashatika just posted the link. I think you can share that with the parents who's asking about vegetarianism. Yeah. Eating food for health. Yes, it is a science. Food as medicine. That means you just eat and you'll be healthy. If you don't do that, you'll be eating medicine as food. You'll be popping pill and because you have a sick body. So don't get that. In the Vedic tradition, food should be as a medicine. Like you eat those herbs that Swamiji gave. They're supposed to cure all kinds of ailments inside. So you never fall sick, right? You're eating it naturally as part of diet and you're healthy. That should be the way in Vedic tradition, food should be taken as a medicine. All right, so let's end with the Puna Mantra. Thank you all for joining. Sorry, it went over for about 15 minutes. So I'd like to conclude now with the Puna Mantra. Sit with the back straight. Om Punamata Punamitam Punat Punamudashyate Punasya Punamadaya Punameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Hari Om Tat Sat Sovam Bhagavashi Nithyananda Paramashiva Bharga Paramastu. Om Nithyanandam. See you 2 weeks later. We have the next session. Okay, 2 weeks later. Nithyanandam. So Jarashatika, you can end the Facebook Live now.